Good morning. So welcome to Chic Influencer. I am so excited to be here and I'm so excited to share with you guys today a little bit about myself and a little bit about kind of our vision and actually my vision and my story and how Katie and I really came to where we are at today. So hi Kate, hi Katie, see you guys. All right, so I just can't even tell you how excited I am to get this business off the ground and running. And yes, I did clean my office. Seriously, it was driving me insane. So I took some time yesterday to like get my life in order so that I could actually concentrate. I don't know about you guys, but if you're watching right now, like I cannot focus when my office is a disaster, and it was really messy yesterday. I just felt like I had papers everywhere. But all right, so guys, my name is Melanie Mitro. I am the co-owner of Chic Influencer. It's exciting to say that out loud. We actually signed the papers. Our LLC is official as of yesterday. And so we are moving forward. And Katie and I have we actually met each other in college. Crazy enough, we actually pledged the same sorority at different times. We knew of each other. We weren't close, back in college, but we ended up moving to the same area. We both live in the North Hills of around the Pittsburgh area. And we connected. We actually ran into each other when we were at a restaurant for dinner one night. And I had just started my business in network marketing, and she had used some of the products that our company had offered, and we started to get into this conversation, about what I did, and that was kind of the start of our connection. And we ended up working together through our network marketing company, and this great partnership, and honestly, this great friendship has come out of that just sort of random run in at a restaurant on a cold winter fall night. I think that is when we first kind of connected, right? And so, just to kind of take you back a little bit to just who am I? I am a mom. I have two boys. They are 7 and 9. I am married to an amazing man who, funny enough, I bought him for $6 at a bachelor auction that our college I was hosting. I was the fundraising chair for our sorority. We were hosting this fundraiser, and Matt was one of the bachelors, and I bought him. I bought him for $6. And mind you, might sound cheap, but when you're a college student and you're broke, that's a lot of money. And so our first date was Valentine's Day, and that was kind of the beginning of our relationship. And we've been together for a very long time. I think we've been married for 11 years now. It is 11 years. We've known each other for 14 years. And so my whole goal in life, this is going to sound crazy, but my whole goal in life, even from the time I met Matt, was to be a stay-at-home mom. I went to college. I have an undergrad in psychology. My master's degree is special education. I worked in early intervention for many years before we started our family. I was the director of early intervention for Butler County. I ran one of our programs, and I loved my job, loved what I did, but I just always said to Matt, like, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. That's how I envision my life. And so every planning we did, financial planning, goal setting for Matt and I, the house we bought, the way we budgeted our money was all directly focused on this concept of eventually allowing me to be a stay-at-home mom. And Matt worked in corporate. He worked for Heinz. He was in the procurement department. And so we were like living that corporate life. And so after we had our first child, Landon, I went from full-time to part-time. And then about 22 months later, we had Bryce, and that's when I left altogether and quit and became a full-time stay-at-home mom. And so that brought with it a lot of excitement, but also a lot of anxiety, because we went from having two, streams of income to one. And all of a sudden, we were barely like making ends meet. We maybe had an extra $500 left in the bank account, after all of our expenses were paid. and it was stressful. And I like to shop. I mean, you will find that out the more you get to know me. I enjoy shopping. I love going to the store and buying myself a new, sweater or a new pair of shoes. Like, that brings me joy. And so when I started, when we started to kind of make this transition, there was no fluff. There was no trips to Target. There was no lunch dates. There was no more vacations. But that was something we both agreed upon. And at that time, I was like, sure, that's not a big deal. I'll be fine. But once you're in the day-to-day of being home with 2 small kids and you're like not getting out of the house, and then none of your clothes fit, and it just sort of was like this fireball, right? And Matt and I just argued all the time about money. And so when my network marketing company that I'm partnered with sort of came into my life, I saw what other people were doing. I saw how they were creating income. They were creating flexibility. I saw that they were paying off debt. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have these student loan debts that literally we will be paying until Landon goes to college at the rate we're going. And, Matt was climbing the corporate ladder, but it wasn't fast enough. Like, it wasn't fast enough that we could actually, get ahead. It was just, I felt like we were always a few steps behind. And so with that being said, whenever my company came in, I just really started to set some goals for myself. And I want you to know, like, I don't know how many of you are listening right now, but you're like, I have an idea and I want to start a business, but I don't know how to use Facebook. I don't know how to use Instagram for business. I don't know how to create a YouTube channel. I don't know how to set up a blog. Like, I don't know how to create an email marketing list. I don't know how to build a website. All of those things. I didn't have any of that when I started my business. But what I did have was this intense desire to figure it out. As a stay-at-home mom with 2 little kids, I used every spare waking moment that I had to build my business. Hi, Julia. It's good. So good to see you on here. And so I did. I used every spare second that I had to grow my business, to get things up and running, and launch from my kitchen table. And so I didn't have extra money to invest. I had a flip phone is actually what I had when I first started my business. I had an old Dell laptop that I had to plug into the wall, in order for me to actually be able to get on. So I couldn't take my computer in the car with me, right? I couldn't work from anywhere. And so I just think about how much time I devoted at the beginning to building my business, and how much I just had this intense desire to make a change. And so with that, actually, really kind of spurred this drive in me. And I was like, I can control the outcome. I can control my income by showing up and by doing the hard work, right? And so that's really where it started. I just became on fire for learning everything there is to learn. And I self-taught myself. Google was my best friend. YouTube was my best friend. And if I needed to learn how to do something, I would just Google it and I would figure it out. And it was just through trial and error. And I realized, I know, a flip phone, right, Lisa? But now, to this day, I realize just, how much time I invested in getting my business up off the ground and taking it from 0 followers, from, 0 people that were a part of my business. I know, flip phone, it's crazy. And I had to beg Matt to get an iPhone. He wouldn't even upgrade me to an iPhone because we just didn't have the money. And he honestly didn't really believe in the business venture to begin with either. And so, over the course of, the first 18 to 24 months, I was slow. I was really slow at launching my business. But the one thing that I think is relatable no matter what industry that you are a part of is that you have to build trust and credibility. And that's the way I approached every single day. So if you are in the skincare industry, right, you want to develop trust and credibility with your audience. So you don't want to just sell a product. You don't want to just show up and say, buy my skincare line, right? You want to show people how it works for you. You want to talk about your skincare problems. You want to talk about your trouble zones. You want to do tutorials and show people how the products work. And if something's drying your skin out, you want to give suggestions. You want to talk about hydration. You want to talk about nutrition and lifestyle. And so for me, I just approached my business as, when I show up on social media, do I show people how to trust me? How do I get them to break down the wall and not think I just want to sell to them, but I want to help them change their lives? And so that's applicable no matter what industry that you are a part of right now. It's all about developing trust and credibility. And you don't develop a trust and credibility in one single post or one single live video or one single interaction with somebody. It is this concept of a marble jar, and you are, and this is from Brene Brown, if you read the book Dare Greatly, she talks about how trust is accrued over time and how you have this jar, and every single day, when you're making these deposits through social media, through interactions, through conversations with people, how you have these marble jars and how you're adding these marbles, and when you fill that jar, you've earned somebody's trust. And I look at that approach when I teach people how to build a business. And I look at the growth of my business, and it was like slow and steady, the slight edge, the compound effect. I was adding marbles to those jars. And every day when my feet hit the ground, I was excited about the opportunity to change my family's finances. But I was like, I am going to get people to understand that I am here to help them. I am here to support them, that I am here to help them grow in whatever way they want to grow. And I was just constantly adding marbles to my jar on social media to just get those walls to break down, so people would come back, so they would see value in my content, and they would keep showing up. All right. And so that is just a big thing that I feel like other business owners sort of miss. It's a missing piece. It's like, we're just here, we're pushing a product, we're selling a product. And then we think that, hey, on day one, when we launch our business venture, that everybody should be beating down the door to buy our product and buy our service. But in reality, it takes a lot of time to build that trust and credibility. And I think as a business owner, and maybe as you are watching this and listening to this right now, you may be saying to yourself things like, man, I really thought this was going to grow faster. Or, man, my social media just isn't growing. Why am I not gaining a following? Why aren't people purchasing? Why are people ghosting me? Like, how do I get people to see the value and why that they should be a part of this product or service or this business opportunity? And so that is really like a big calling that both Katie and I see, is that number one, we've been able to tell the story. We've been able to develop trust and credibility. We've been able to, grow an amazing following and have email lists and create websites. And yes, we did it sort of in these like pockets of free time. But we've taken all of this knowledge and all of this information, and this is not network marketing specific. This Chic Influencer business has nothing to do with the company that Katie and I represent. This is about teaching and empowering other business owners how to build a business. Like all the steps that Katie and I took at our own kitchen tables when she was working as a teacher, what were the things that she was doing in her spare time to help her be able to launch her business and see it grow to the six-figure income that it is, right? And how did I, in the pockets of raising my kids, learn how to delegate and create systems and lead a team with no prior experience? And we just see that as we have these conversations with people, that they're like, yes, I need to know that. Yes, can you tell me more? Can I pay you to mentor me? And we're like, okay, there's a need for this, right? There is a need for this. And then we went to this local networking event here in Pittsburgh, and we spoke. So both Katie and I were presenters, and afterwards we just stood around and we just talked to people that were, one woman was launching a bakery, and somebody else was a real estate agent, and somebody else had just opened a gym. And we're like, well, do you have an email list? And do you have your Facebook page set up? And do you have your Instagram? And do you have an Etsy shop? And it was like, we have all this knowledge that can allow business owners like we were 6 and 7 years ago have a simple one-stop shop to be able to grow a business. And that's what Chic Influencer is all about. And so, yes, we are taking all of the knowledge, and both Katie and I keep saying simple, simple, simple. Like everything is so complicated, right? Everything is just, there are a million different places you can go for resources. There are a million different places that you can go to get answers, but we need one place where you can come in. You've got a business idea, you know where you want to go because you've got a clear vision, and we are going to help you just sort of line up the steps to be able to get there without overcomplicating it. I think that I know that life is complicated enough. So we want to break it down and make it super simple, right? And I see your comments and I see that you guys are like, absolutely, this is what we need, right? And Andrea, it's so cool. Yes, you were like a part of what we did, way back when we started, and it's so cool. And we just honestly, it is on our heart to just empower women. It's on our heart to give business owners these amazing tools to be successful. It's on our heart to do this locally, but to do it globally. It is on our heart to just say, how can we give back and take all of the things that we have created to help other people achieve their goals? It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter what your background is. It's just simple community. And I was listening this morning to an audio and they talked about community. And I just thought to myself, that's a big thing. It's hard to do life alone. It is hard to reach goals by yourself. It is hard, right? To try to conquer the things that in your mind, the stories that you're telling yourself, right? But when you have a community that you can do it together, you are just better. You are better in numbers. And so, yes, I am going to take my kitchen table business and Katie is going to take her background, in her education, and we are putting this together to just create this amazing resource that is going to be full of courses. It is going to have an online community. We have a website coming, right? This is just our soft launch, and the gap guide that we are doing, right? That gap guide free training that you can sign up for. And if you just look at our banner at the top of our Facebook page, you can see where to sign up for that. We're going to start getting crystal clear on what are your gaps in your business. And then in this training, we're going to really just help you identify what those gaps are and then give you some direction so that you can not only end 2018 knowing where maybe you kind of like missed the mark a little bit, but go into 2019 with the clearest of plans so that you're like, bam, I know what I need to do. I've got the community that's going to help me get there and I'm going to make it happen. Like no longer am I going to put things on my goal board and watch them pass me by for another year. Like this is the year we make things happen. All right. Okay. That's me. That is me in a nutshell. Oh, I should tell you a few more things. I love to work. I love my career, and as much as I love being a stay-at-home mom, I really love working, and I just truly love the fact that and Katie and I were talking about this morning, that I get to show my boys, Katie and I get to show our boys what it means to work hard and that nothing in life is going to come easy and that everything worth having is worth showing up for and it's worth fighting for. And I never in a million years would have said, yeah, I'm growing an online business. And yeah, I'm about to launch this. We are launching this amazing company that is going to change the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. And yeah, I'm going to speak on stage at summits and events and help other people. Like, no, I would have never imagined that. But here's the thing. I didn't ignore the nudges. I didn't ignore the signs. I leaned in. And instead of being fearful and afraid and paralyzed and fear of like success, I was like, we'll figure it out. Everything in life is figure outable and we'll just take it one day at a time. And I don't know where this journey is going to lead, but I'm so excited to be here. And so if you're watching this right now and you're just thinking to yourself, like, I know, I'm not sure I understand where the whole picture is going to take me, but I know that I'm onto something great. And I know that this is going to be big. And if that's you right now, I want you to tune in, make sure you favorite our page, make sure you share it with other people. Bring your friends along, encourage them to come because we're just here to help you, encourage you, stand behind you, lift you up, know that, hey, we've been there, we've done that, we've failed, we've picked ourselves back up, we've dusted ourselves off, and we are going to keep going because we believe in what we are doing and we believe that this is a service that people need. All right, so that's us, and we're excited to keep bringing you more content. So if you haven't registered for the webinar yet on December 18th, make sure you go register. One of the big questions that people keep asking us is, what if I can't be on live? So if you can't be on live, as long as you register, we'll send you the recording. There is a downloadable guide, the gap guide, that you'll get when you register for that live training. So you'll want to bring that on the day of the training or get that out whenever you do the recording. And also this is not, so for those of you that know us in the Beachbody world, this is not a Beachbody thing, right? This is totally separate. This is, again, for all business owners out there. And we're just very excited about helping you guys grow your business. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for tuning in. And you know what? Can I ask you guys a question? Will you just comment below and tell us where you're from? How did you find Chic Influencer? And tell us a little bit about what industry you are a part of, because we would love to get to know you too. All right. Okay. Have a great day, and I will see you guys later. Bye, everybody.